Good evening, Speed Gaming, and welcome to another fantastic edition of the Final Fantasy Randomizer SpeedGaming Live Qualifiers. We're getting just a little bit of technical difficulties worked out right now with the layout, but didn't want to, there we go, just didn't want to miss the start of the race because our racers will be kicking off any second now. I am Darkmoon EX, joined in the booth by Danny3883. Danny, how is it going over there?
Doing pretty good. It's like the layout heard you saying things and was like, "Oh no, right. we gotta get it together. It's showtime."
Commentator blessing. It works perfectly.
Yep. No commentator curses today. Only blessings from us.
Only blessings.
Promise. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
No, totally not. So this is the Speed Gaming Live Qualifiers. You're going to be seeing a fairly, I would say, a standard-ish race, honestly. Pretty standard flags. The people are going to be looking around, trying to get in the air, on the water, moving around, kill the fiends, go to chaos, kill chaos. Nothing too strange for these flags here. No alt final bosses, no entrance shuffle, no blurst classes. This is a much more, in comparison to what we could do with our Iron Gall races, this is a much more sedate but fairly fun kind of race, all things considered.
These are pretty, they're far from our crazy flags, but
yep.
They're fun flags. They tend to, I've seen some of these go pretty quick, but then again, I rolled it, so here's hoping your evening's free for a little while. We might be here, who knows how long.
Could be quick, could be slow, we'll find out. I mean, I've seen these flags come in around the 1 hour, 1:10 mark. I've also seen some people finish at around 2 hours, so I think 1 hour and a half is probably a good estimate of where we're going to be for most of these guys. And we're already running with Exit. Ooh, Exit, Mute, Heal, Cure 2, Lightning 3, Brack, Quad X. That is a nice assortment of spells, but that Exit in the first slot, so that any mage can learn it, that is the dream right there. That is going to speed up their seeds a lot.
Yeah, with that Exit, that's going to make things a lot quicker. A good sweeper that, our black and red mages can learn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
Lightning 3.
So far, the seed's looking pretty kind to our runners.
Very kind. Lightning 3, Brack, and Exit all on the same level. That is lovely right there. And I see some people picking up some armor, others immediately going off the Garland. I mean, I think most of us are probably of the opinion that the Garland play is the solid play to make with these flags, just so you can get those 2 items from the King and from Princess.
Yeah, that'd definitely be, my first stop headed out of Canary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, with the talents not shuffled, first thing you want to do is go hit Canaria. Second, Garland, Princess, King. Second thing you want to do is go hit the Pirates, assuming you don't have some key item that spins you out in a new direction.
True, and they just got a really good chunk of money there right before Garland. So they've got, money for level 2 magic and an opal bracelet they can slap on somebody and keep them protected for a while, so. We
got a dead Black Mage and a dead Garland. Personally, knowing how these flags are and the fact that a lot of people seem to be doing 2- and 3-man strats, that Black Mage may just continue kissing dirt. Canal and Tail. Tail is not immediately useful because you got to be able to get to Bahamut to use it, but nice to have it in your pocket for later.
Yeah, and something that's kind of nice to have a little early on because, as soon as you're in the air, you can go straight to class change and then, start working on getting levels of magic on, your knight and your ninja.
Yeah, because if this ends up being a jet seed, then they're going to have that tail and they can do that class change as early as possible, and it's the second they start hitting level 15 and earning charges, they can use them.
Yep.
Heals are cheap. Heals are cheap at 15. Houses at 2,000 aren't that bad, especially once the money starts rolling in. Cabins at 1,100 or 111 isn't bad either. That's enough for them with the walking around money they had to at least save scum their way over to Provoca.
Yeah, that bit of money definitely kept them from hurting too early.
Mm-hmm.
Too much this early. And as if he heard us, Fizzles, he's making the Provoca play. Gonna go check out some pirates, get another key item, and then check out, with more magic we have it, level 2. See if it rolled as well as level 1 did.
Well, these guys are all but guaranteed to have the ship or the canoe here right now. It's either that or it's going to be a shop item here that they can buy to turn into the dwarves. That's pretty much where they're at right now. There's really not much else. And there we go, the ship. So we are off and running to the races. Fizzle just doing a bit of his buying up, getting himself ready for the next phase. He has all that money, time to use them and buy some heal pots. And I don't think we've seen what's at the level 2 magic just yet.
We have not. Was the first to get into Provoke and then Berkman, but they both went pirates first. At least I believe Bert went pirates first. I didn't see him check magic.
Expensive gold bracelets.
Yeah, that chain armor is really good for your fighter and your red mages early on. But yeah, that gold bracelet was a decent chunk of change. So we'll have to make a return trip for those.
Fire 3, Lightning 2, the other important Dark, and I think Cure 3 at the White Magic Shop. The Fire 3 is kind of nice. It's more charges of stuff you can use, and the Cure 3 is okay. Not really great level 2 magic, though. Not when you already had Lightning 3. Luffy getting their ship, Life Reboot taking out the pirates so they can get theirs. And Fizzle is off and sailing, going towards somewhere. Going towards some sharks.
They're just, along the way.
He is not sailing down to Elf.
No, looks like
he's already making a break for it?
I think he may be headed to Crest. That's what I'm thinking, and it looks like I might be right.
Yeah, because if he was going to go do a super early ordeals play with that Fire 3, which actually he can't because he doesn't have the canoe, but he'd be sailing southwards. He's probably banking on getting some key item he can continue doing turn-ins for here from the sages. Which, if he saved, somewhere nearby, then he could always do the reset play. Come in here if the sages have nothing, just reset back to where you were and continue onwards for, Elfland or Marsh Cave or something. Yeah.
Yeah, because the only other places he can go that are incentivized right now are Marsh Cave or Earth. Neither place is...
No one wants to do...
I know Fizzle's not a fan of either, so I'm not at all surprised he went to Crescent first.
I am a #NeverMarsh. I will 100% never do Marsh until I get into a seed like this, and then I somehow always end up doing Marsh. But I will do Marsh Cave over Earth Cave if I don't have that rod, because no one wants to go to Earth Cave without a rod.
Yeah, it feels really, really bad anytime you have to double dip Earth. Granted, in this seed, if you have to, or anywhere, even Marsh, that you're not going to want to go, you have that level 1 exit, which it makes it a little less painful.
Nicer. Yeah, you spend the 2 minutes going down, but you don't have to spend the 2 minutes going back. And Marsh is infinitely nicer when you don't have to worry about dealing with, walking back out of there. Now, sad thing I just noticed at the Black Magic level 6 shop, Temper and Fast on the same level.
Yeah, that's real unfortunate. So getting the bottle from the sages, nice to have, not helpful at the moment.
With that tail right now, we need the floater to be able to do anything with it. But the only nice thing it does is give us another 5% experience for, a key item. That's about it.
Yeah.
And I want to point out, Life Reboot doing an interesting play because they have the Lightning 3 and the Fire 3. They're doing that ever-elusive pop grind.
Yeah, with those spells, it's an easy way to get, some decent levels early on.
As long as the enemies aren't too tough, yeah. Back 2 or 3 tournaments ago, we used to see the pop grind as a fairly regular thing, but the improvements to the way that the game does experience and how key items are distributed and the new features that we've had, this meta has basically kind of just gone away. So it's interesting whenever we see a player actually come back over and decide they want to try and get some early levels here at Pop.
I've been playing for a little while now, and I can honestly say I can count on one hand how many times I've ever done a pop grind. And it's normally when it's because the shop item is progression and I'm broke. But it has its merits.
I honestly think I could do you one better. I think I've been playing only slightly less time than you have. I have done 0 pop grinds because there is always something better you can do. Oh, especially when zombies have blaze.
Oh,
ouch.
Yeah, that hurts a little.
I'd get out of there, life. It's not worth it at this point.
Yeah, saw Luffy check Elfland for magic. I didn't see all of it. I did see, I believe it was Fade, level 4, slot 1. Ruse was slot 3, which, you know, will be Red Mage, White Mage learnable. And then Life at slot 4, which is White Mage learnable, Red Wizard learnable. Didn't catch the other slots, but then he did. We've got him checking Marsh Cave for an incentive. Fizzle boated back north from Crescent. Now he's checking the Earth Caves, so we'll soon know what 2 different incentive items are.
It's as you say, generally speaking, the Earth Cave is a nicer dungeon if you have exit. And with a guaranteed key item down there, and you're closer to that than you are going to Marsh Cave, yeah, I can see from his perspective just the linear path he's on doing this over Marsh Cave. And a free gold bracelet, which saves him 57 thou. Good for him.
Yep.
And it looks like he found the opal bracelet.
It was the top left room in Temple of Fiends.
Nice. I missed that. That is a great find for everyone.
Especially early on. The more armor you can find when your levels are really low to keep your party alive, the better.
I don't know how well Life Reboot's pop grind went. I think I see him at level 9, so not that bad. Like, I could see if you know there's an enemy that has a nasty skill, doing the pop grind if you have to walk down into Marsh and back out. But every single person here has a red mage in their party with exit. I feel like the pop grind is less essential on this seed.
In Marsh, we've got the Marsh incentive, and we've got the Oxiel out of Marsh, and the Canoe out of Earth.
The game really, really wants you to, like, get in the air. So it's the Oxiel and the what?
The Oxiel out of
there you
Earth
go.
and the Canoe out of Earth.
There you go. So that indicates to me either Ice Cave or Ordeals. And normally I'd say Ordeals, Danny, but knowing that the zombies have Blaze, that scares me off just a little. On
a scene like this, like, I'm a little, like, I like doing, you know, on-rack and waterfall when I'm at, when I think I'm equipped enough to do like, just knock it out one.
I like waterfall, yeah.
With these flags, the Sea Shrine is incentivized, so you have 2 incentives there. So, like, for me, like I said, okay, we've got level 3 nuke, we've got level Fate 4, we've got life, we've got all this good stuff with decent levels. I'm possibly heading to, like, the on-rack waterfall area and just knocking out both locations, doing waterfall first, maybe trying to get some extra levels there.
Yeah.
Hitting on-rack, hitting the incentive, and hoping that I can take out Kraken while I'm there.
Yeah, that nuke tips it in that favor. I would agree with that. And the other thing that I noticed that I think you missed, level 3, slot 3, life 2. So, like, you've got basically everything you want at this point for almost towards into the end game, except for that temper and that fast, and you can just get that later. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, right now, I don't think anybody's got a weapon to swing, so it's not really doing you any good if you had it.
Who needs weapons when you have nuke?
Exactly.
If you got a black mage and you got a red mage, you've got nukes. Nukes for days.
I'd be rocking Fighter Double Red Black for this party. I'd have all the nuke and fade this girl could ever want.
This is the most glorious red magic seed. I'm just gonna say, like I think the last party I played in these flags was Fighter, Nun, Red, Black, and it would be perfect here.
Really would.
I mean, especially once you class change and your knight's gonna get that life too as well. That's glorious. Oh, nukes are coming out. Skeletons are falling over. And Lord Fizzlebeef.
I was gonna say, he's saying, I'm not scared like Dark Moon. I'm headed to Ordeals.
Nope. Yeah, he did the play. I like your play. I like the on-rack area, but at least we get to find out what's here.
Watch, in one of these last qualifiers, the play I mentioned was kind of a play that Fizzle did, and C was not kind to him. So I don't blame him this time, going, no, we'll do that one after Ordeals, but...
Mummies falling over from a single fire 3. You like to see that. Sometimes they don't. Wiz Mummies took a little extra, but still, you get some good experience. And see, he's already at level 9, so he's caught up to where Life Reboot was after that pop grind. For those of you that have played the vanilla game and are curious what's going on here in Ordeals, yes, the teleporters are randomized. You're not just mistaken on that front. We have been evil and have made an actual maze out of this, and Fizzlebeef is getting spun for days.
Just a little bit. It's another reason why I may not have done Ordeals first. Doing it without warp.
Not warp, yeah.
It hurts. There's some days. It's just... It's real unpleasant.
Oh, we got some kicky horses. Is that vanilla kicky horses? I think that is.
I believe so. I believe our spike touts are vanilla seeds.
I thought they were shuffled, but I could be wrong. Maybe you're right. Maybe they are vanilla.
Don't tell anybody, but I never played vanilla. I could be wrong. What do I know?
We'll just say they're vanilla. Ooh, he got a flame toboggan. Use that later. That's nice. Or use it now. There you go. That's right, his thief is up front. I'm like, he's moving it away, he's not using it right now. No, he's using it right now. And the Adamant. Get to sail right back to Dwarf Cave, Fizzle. Hope you enjoy that. And exit. It makes the dream work. Exit makes every single one of these dungeons easier to do.
It really does.
Yeah, because you don't even have to walk out of Sea Shrine, you just exit out of it. It's gonna be amazing.
Uh-huh. You get your incentive, you exit out, you save, and if you're feeling real brave, you go back in for Kraken.
You do a real spicy Kraken dive and then probably die halfway down like I did the last time.
Maybe. It might not be that bad.
I mean, they got Brack and Lightning 3. It is 100% a good try to do it. I would be on board with that. I'm just, it's that thing. Kraken don't play.
That's why I would do Waterfall first.
Get some levels.
Take fights all the way through, exit out, head.
Yeah.
Take the fights if you do the incentive first on C, round out save. Work on your levels on the way.
Canoe for Bert, so Bert's on it. Luffy, as soon as they get past this surprise zombie pack, they'll get their canoe. Yeah,
Bert and Luffy both did Marsh first, so they've got their Oxio. Bert has his canoe, Luffy got his canoe, Life got his Oxio, headed to Crescent. And then we'll be turning back around, and I'm sure, and headed right back north to... Well, I mean, he could decide to do on-rack after this and try C instead of Earth, but...
I mean, he can do on-rack, but he can't do the waterfall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I can only do one of the two by going to that area, I just don't do either, because I want that canoe. I don't want to double dip that side.
That's why I'm thinking he'll probably do Earth after Crescent, but
it
could very well prove me wrong.
Fizzle up to level 11 in this very vanilla waterfall with lots of Gasties. Ooh, decided not to do the second one. But the delicious experience, Fizzle.
Bert with his canoe looks to be headed to Ice Cave.
the other
Have a
incentive on the
beggar.
table.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I like this play generally, but I lose. But it's that thing of floater could be here. Floater's like here vanilla, so floater could be here. I think everyone's banking on floater being in the sea area since it's not over at Ordeals.
Anytime I'm playing a seed where it's either head to, Ice Cave and see if floater's there, or head to, like, Waterfall, Unrack, or Ordeals and see if floater, there. I always go to Ordeals or, Waterfall, whatever, and then the floater's in Ice Cave. And if I go to Ice Cave, it's in the other place, so...
Yep. And then you go check both areas, forget to check Oasis, and suddenly the floater's there. I've been there. Lord Fizzle given the business by those monsters and sent back to the start of Waterfall Cave. Do not pass go, do not collect $200.
It was nice, so we had to do it twice.
It's so pretty down here.
I mean, it does have a nice, pleasant color scheme. I am a fan of blue.
You and me both. The Birds! As presented by Alfred Hitchcock. Looks like Luffy is making the same play that Bert did now that they have their canoe.
Yep. Slightly different route, but headed in the same direction.
Gonna get there eventually, that's all that matters.
Yep.
Fizzle lost his thief, doesn't seem to care, gets the rod. So, shop item at Onrack, shop item at Oasis, or the sea is basically the only options we have right now to somehow get that floater.
I mean, at least now, like, you don't feel bad for double dipping Earth because it was a requirement because you couldn't get the rod unless you got the canoe first. I mean, it's still sad when you have to make a double dipper Earth, but at least when you know it's required, it makes it hurt a little less.
Game didn't want to let you get away without it.
Nope.
Nope. So we get to see next. Probably gonna do Onrack Town, see if the item's there, and check out Sea Shrine at that point. The question will be, as you were saying earlier, whether or not he decides to then go and do Kraken afterward.
And if, like I said, if it was me, I would. And I may have been taught by that fella on the top left of our screen. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Because it's what I would do. I mean, he's at level 14 now, so...
He's got a possibility. He earned the levels. He's sailing away.
Like I said, the last time we played one of these, the sea was mean to him, so... I don't blame him. I mean, at the very least, I would probably check the incentive there, but...
The crown! So I hear you like fetch quests.
I mean, here's hoping everybody does today, because boy, are we getting some of them.
Yeah.
Now it's a guessing game. Which fetch quest will get us our floater? Place your bets now. Where it's like we need some nice like game show music.
I was trying to give it to you.
You did a pretty good job.
Thanks.
So we've got the adamant to turn in, we've got a crown to turn in.
One of the two of them could become the floater, or it could be an on-rack, which Fizzle didn't check.
Or the caravan, because, you know, for
he didn't check that either.
For funsies.
Just cuts. That's always the one I forget exists.
Roll, please.
Will we have lazy dwarves?
Hey, lazy dwarves, best dwarves. The best is
Derek,
when, like...
show us.
Nope.
Wah, wah.
Personally, I'm a big fan of lazy doors. When you get... And it's best if it goes in the order of adamant, and the blacksmith gives you the TNT, and then Eric gives you the key, and then you can just check key lock and just knock it all out in one trip.
1, 2, 3 down. I love it.
Yep.
But I also love making them sail a bunch more, because that's also funny. I mean, I was almost going to play the seed. I didn't. I'm kind of glad I didn't, let me just say.
Like to watch them in the boat, but don't like to be in the boat yourself?
Nope, not this time. You guys have fun. I'll wait for the jet seed.
You say that now, and then by the time you race, you're here for 2 hours because it's hard.
Yeah, I'll be sailing around forever. Be like a 20-character fetch quest.
No good magic till level 6.
Exactly.
Can I commentate a curse that, like, commentary curse a race that hasn't happened yet in like a week?
I'll go to Prince and he'll give me like the magic beans. I'm like, that's not even in this game. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna hide in the corner if it happens. What's it mean? I won't highlight this VOD. Proof will disappear.
So having taken out
nothing.
Having taken out Crown from the ice cave, Bert has wandered over here, and I'm assuming he's going to do carry. I wouldn't expect him to do much in the way of a grind right now since he hasn't class changed yet. And you kind of want those charges on your knight, but he could prove me wrong. He could just be like, I'm not getting class changed anytime soon and I gotta get moving.
I mean, unless he opens boxes here, which it looks like he may do looking for gear or anything like that.
Yeah, always open
not
the armory.
Incentivized, yeah. Like, Volcano's not incentivized, so the only thing here really is carry, which I don't hate this play. You think if you're in this area and you are at levels with magic and all that, and you think, hey, I can get through this and get it knocked out, then go for it. And then you don't have to come back to this area at all. So it's a pretty good play.
I mean, we saw Luffy do this earlier just for these treasures right here. Bert, they both got rewarded so far with a flame armor, best thing we've seen so far. A very beefy Grey Worm holding up against 2 nukes so far. That round of combat did not go the way Bert wanted.
No, it did not.
Give me a second, I had to refresh my stream there. Exits, saves his treasure. I'm assuming he's going to go back in because you're in the area.
A little equipment shuffling. And some weapon shuffling.
So which of those 4 crappy items do you want to use, Bert?
He's figuring it out. We've got Luffy just got his crown. Fizzle is about to get his crown. Lightfoot got his adamant, turned it in. Now he has his cube. Bert headed back in because he's got unfinished business in Volcano.
So the real question now is, does he pop by Agama Room and pick up a few levels, or does he think that his levels are good enough now, at least for carry, which at level 16 with nukes it should be, or is he gonna like decide to charge up for the rest of the seed and just be done with it? He doesn't really.
See, at level 16 with these flags at the scaling they're at with like nuke and fade and all that lovely stuff, yeah, I would be perfectly fine doing, Volcano and headed to carry at these levels.
I think if I pop by Agama at all, I might be only for like 3 or so levels, just a little top up, so I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the seed. But he's good to go. He's already cruising. He is going to check the Red Dragon chest, even though we know that there's no incentive item here. There's actually 0 loose in this flag set, so while there might be a good sword or something here, there won't be anything incentivized. So for those just tuning in, thank you for coming, and welcome to the Final Fantasy Randomizer SpeedGaming Live Qualifier race. This is the 4th of our 10 qualifiers right here. Have Lord Fizzlebeef, Life Reboot, Burt Reynolds, and Luffy Div Tail on stream, another couple runners in the background. All of them competing for potential slots in our tournament coming up during SpeedGaming Live itself and the second week of November. I am Dark Moon, joined in the booth by Danny, and we are watching all of the action as it unfolds.
You sound so professional, even more proof that one of us is really good at comms and the other person is me.
I only sound good when I put on my DJ voice. The rest of the time it's just my nasally whine.
I don't have a DJ voice, so at least you got that going for you, because I certainly don't.
I could do my Monster Truck Madness voice, but that would be really loud and would probably break my microphone, so we'll skip that.
Note to self, have Dark Moon do that voice later after the race, because now I need to know.
There you go. There you go.
Inquiring minds need to know. So Fizzle has his crown, and are we headed? We going? Yep.
I could have sworn I saw... I could have sworn I saw Life Reboot in there. I'm wondering if he got bounced out.
I think it was a little further, so he may have.
Yeah. Just watching this slow carry fight here. Carry does not want to go down easy, although considering the fact that his warriors really can't swing for much, and it's all just basically nukes and pray, and less nukes and pray, because she just back rowed a red mage. Thanks, Carrie.
And while Bert is slowly trying to get rid of, chipping away at Carrie, our crown is turned into our ruby.
Oh,
So,
there we go. There's another red mage dead. Yep. So it's just these warriors now, because Carrie had Blizzard.
Oh! And did it! Good job, guys.
So with that puts Bert as the first person on the board. And congratulations to him for that. And now he's got to get himself out of here, and he parked his ship a little further north, so he has to go sail up to that part of the river system to get it out.
Hey, Dark Moon, I've got bad news.
What's that?
We're officially dumb.
Okay.
We did all that talking about. We couldn't figure out why Fizzle wouldn't do C. It's because he didn't do Marsh, and he did not.
Oh, Fizzle. Wow. Well,
the light bulbs in the commentary booth are not bright today, folks. Sorry.
You know, but here's the thing. We're not playing. So... Oh, wow. Getting some great levels on his warriors, though. Good for him. And honestly, to be perfectly honest, even with that maneuver, I don't think it's going to put him all that far behind, because he's been pretty much flying through these dungeons.
He is really making, good time and covering places really well. And Loopy, using his ruby to bypass through the Titan's tunnel, gets the starter and gets the herb.
So Crown became Ruby, because I totally missed it.
Crown became Ruby.
Perfect.
Went through Titan's trove, got the starter gave him the herb. We're off to see a prince in Elfland.
So I hear you like fetch quests.
Here's hoping everybody who's playing does today, because boy did they get them.
Or if I was like a couple of our members in the community, I could sing, so would you like to build a fetch quest? I'm not going to sing that, I'm just letting you know.
I'm not going to sing it either, but I sure am hearing it in my head now.
Exactly, see? That's all that mattered right there. I put that earworm in there, and now you're stuck with it.
Maybe change it a little bit, just be like, do you want to go on a fetch quest instead of do you want to build a fetch quest?
Would you like to have a fetch quest?
Thankfully,
So
my
people in
childhood
chat
was
are
really
rooting.
into those movies, so I don't know the rest of the lyrics of that song.
No.
But
No. People in chat are really hoping that we get the chime after this, so they have to go do an quote-unquote early dive into Sky. I mean, at this point, they have the levels to actually make that work. I think Sky would be a great play for them. Get some levels, get some more gear. It'd be fantastic for them.
I mean, we still do have the incentive in C2, so...
Yeah. Let's just make it a sailing seed at this point. They can already do 2 of the dungeons, 3 of the dungeons, because they have the Oxyale. As soon as they get that chime, they can do 4.
That would be real rude of the seed. Give you the tail as one of the first 2 incentives you get, and not give you floater till the very end, so you can't class change till right before it's over.
Sounds
Not
great
nice,
to me. That's a proper Danny seed right there.
Hey, I know not what I do when I put in the bot commands, okay?
We got the slab.
I try to think happy thoughts, but there's only so much I can do.
So we got the slab, and we've checked all the towns and all their item shops. The slab we can take to Melman to actually do the translation, but we can't turn it in because we don't have the floater. So, that leaves the shop item, and that leaves whatever is lurking at Crescent Lake. Anyone really hoping for a chime and chime and loot would really take them for a loop, so they have to do the rest of the stuff and change in that floater from the Sky Palace or something. That would be glorious.
You said Crescent. I believe Crescent was the bottle.
I shop item. I meant on rack and on rack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's either the shop item if it's in Caravan or on rack.
Yeah. Shop item at one of those 2 locations, and then the Sea Shrine.
Bert and Vizzle holding hands.
It's nice. We're not judging.
Possibly singing the fetch quest song.
Would you like to build a fetch quest? Yes.
Maybe.
This is the kind of professional commentary you can expect from this team up.
It really is. I apologize if your expectations were higher.
I'm pretty sure we've done enough to lower them by now.
Hey, I warn people beforehand. If they expect more, that's on them. I'm just saying.
Like the last of our runners to get their ruby, so that will allow them to go off to Sarda area and take care of that. And really, for having spent that time on that pop grind for a few minutes, they're not that far behind everyone else. Managing to pick up some steam, those levels, all things considered, actually kind of helping them out in that regard.
We have Bert, Luffy, and Fizzle all in the same area. Bert heading over to Ordeals, because he still hasn't done Ordeals yet. And then we have Fizzle and Luffy both headed over towards Onrad.
He does have the advantage over everyone else as far as items and explorations are concerned. It seems like he's got... Fizzle has the largest portion of the world...
I'm gonna feel real bad for Fizzle for just like a few minutes that he was here earlier and didn't check that.
Just didn't even check the Oasis. This is, if you're in the area, do your shop checks. This is lesson number 1, and this is the second time in this flag set I have seen a floater at Oasis. It's a lesson you gotta learn here, and it's one that I learned, and I'm sure Fizzle's gonna be kicking himself every time he plays these flags now. You gotta do your shop checks.
Yeah, Maya in chat. I can hear Fizzle screaming from here. Maya, so can I.
Yup.
In very colorful language.
Exceedingly colorful language.
All the language.
This is not an After Dark special, though. We will not bring him on the microphone for that. Luffy over at Waterfall. Bert doing the Ordeals check. Life Reboot coming off of Crescent Lake. And Fizzled, our front runner right now on stream, checking out what's over-incentivized at the Sea Shrine.
with like not seeing that like the whoa. Oh, Ghost was that? Oh no. Well,
That's what ghosts do.
That's a real unfortunate place to be right now. Ghost, what's up? Because, you know, you're not going to see those a few times and see, not at all.
No, it's perfectly fine. They're a rare encounter, I swear. That's a gamer in chat. No, there's not going to be a floater in the sky, unfortunately, because the Oasis had it. All of our dreams have been dashed. 2020, once again, ruining it for everyone.
I mean, it is on, you know, on par and theme or whatever you want to call it for this year.
That's the gamer in chat also commenting that Fizzle is probably feeling behind, even though he's actually our front runner, at least on stream. I would actually buy that, all things considered. Like, knowing that he's had to come back here and double dip and miss the floater the first time he was here, he probably would feel behind after that.
Yeah, if I had already been there and floater was there at Caravan and I didn't look, I would feel light years behind. But given that he's already been here twice and he's done as much as he has, like he has covered a lot of ground in an amazing short amount of time.
Now, we don't know where the other two runners that are in this race tonight are at right now, so we can't guarantee that Fizzle actually is the front runner, but at least as far as our 4 people on stream is concerned, he has the clear advantage. Although, to be fair, Luffy is not that far behind, just by like 1 key item, not counting the key that they're about to get, and Bert does at least have Carrie already defeated, so... Like, Fizzle's probably our front runner, but it's only by, like, a handful of seconds, I'd say.
Bert got his floater and is leaving the area.
He's like, deuces, I'm out, yo. No.
Yeah, he's gonna go get his airship, and then we'll have to come back.
Yeah, but it's not a fast flyback. It's the longest part of sailing away to cash it in, but you know everyone's going to do that, and he at least gets to, like, class change now and go do his other turn-ins.
Yeah.
and it may just be that he's sitting there going, if I don't have to go dig out the item from the Sea Palace, why would I dig out the item from the Sea Palace? We, of course, know he has to go dig it out because it's the key, but...
Yeah.
So, at the... Well, no. Not yet. He got stopped by some bulls and stinger bulls. Stinger bulls! Not healing that poison. Gonna play the Song of Our People, even though we can't hear it. And at 41 minutes, 53 seconds, he is the first of our on-stream runners to be in the air.
Luffy, won't be far behind him. He's got his floater, and he is making he's going right for his too, so he'll be in the air not terribly long after.
And Bert decides to go and raid the dragons of all of their retirement funds, hitting the Cardia Isles. Black shirt, that's a nice pickup. Especially if you have and chucks it away. Okay, don't care about that black shirt. Who needs a black shirt?
Like, it'd be nice to have a black mage, but he's rocking 2 red mages, so, like, if you have a black mage you can wear after class change, it makes a lot of sense, but with 2 red mages, he can't equip it after class change, and with the magic he's got, he's not worried about the ice 2 it casts, so...
He's sitting there going, I'm an adult, I don't need my black band t-shirt anymore, and he just throws it on the floor.
I'm totally not wearing a black band t-shirt right now, so I'm not taking that at all.
No.
No.
I think we found pro rings for sale. Taflon in chat asking. Or however you pronounce that name, which I'm sure I just totally mangled. I think we found pro rings for sale. There was a pro ring over at the Cardia Idol that Bert just kind of ignored. Got rid of his jelly bracelet along with his black band t-shirt. And Fizzle is taking on Kraken, trying to even things up with Bert as far as Fiends fought.
Okay, Kraken hits kind of hard.
Kraken giving that whacking. This is going poorly. Oh, okay.
He got there. That's all that matters. Even if it is just one person.
Commentator blessing. Woo! There we go. As you said, nothing but blessings today.
That's what we're here for. Sunshine, rainbows, happy thoughts.
Yeah. And with that, that also puts Fizzle on the board, so he now has a clear advantage over Bert, especially once he turns in that floater and evens things up dramatically. And Luffy also going to raid the Cardia Isles.
Doing a little post-promotion magic shopping.
Well, yeah.
And with that party, I don't blame him because I'm doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm. It's a good party for it.
Yeah, it is.
Ain't no party like a post-promotion party.
I tried real hard to come up with lyrics to that, like, after that for like 5 seconds, and I got nothing.
Nah, that's fine. I stopped when I was ahead.
I stopped before I made a fool of myself.
Wow. So now that Fizzle is in the air, we just get to see where he decides he wants to go next. Looks like he's going to do his slab turn in and then sail his way up to... or fly his way up towards the Lufane area, I'm going to assume.
Yeah, that way he can do the slab turn in, he can do the bottle turn in, he can do class change, he can do it all in one quick trip into that area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a smart play.
It's good routing is what that is.
It really is.
Fizzle, you want to go? You don't want to go that? What way are you going? Fizzle, what way are you going? There you go. Class change first. Okay. Meanwhile, Bert is going to go do his turn-ins down on the Lufane side of things. I don't think he...
So Luffy just slightly north, turning in his bottle.
What are the... Did we see what the bottle turned into? Has Bert been to turn in his bottle yet?
And we have the ribbon from
TNT.
The lovely people of Lufane.
So a TNT and a ribbon. I'll take both of those, thank you.
Yep. We're still looking for our loot. We still have an incentive Mazza out there. So, we've got Pro Rings and Gaia.
There we go. So that's where the Pro Rings are.
Yep, that's where the Pro Rings were. They're not too expensive, just shy of 9,000. So, at this point in the game, you normally have a decent chunk of change. So, that 9K is not hurting you too bad.
So that packet of dynamite that they picked up is probably going to become Chime or Crystal to Chime, which would more than likely put loot somehow either directly in Sky or past the fetch quest from Sky. This is looking to be like it's going to be a 100% clear seed. No way around that. Is going to go get his ribbon. Going to be very happy about that, I am sure. Life Reboot coming over here. Going to get their key over here at Sea Palace.
Luffy
And Luffy...
Yeah, he's on his way to get his ribbon too. Had a bit of a run-in with some very unpleasant on the bulls.
And Bert now going... Ooh, finds the blue steak. Very nice. Don't nuke it. That's not how you treat proper blue meat. No. Oh, Bert. Still gets delicious experience though.
And with one of our fun flags, it was proper blue steak.
Very proper blue steak. So a dwarf's taken out as they have the chime at that point from that TNT. That is going to grant us access to the Sky Palace, and we get to see how our fetch quests build from here. Fizzle, meanwhile, is going into Volcano so he can take out Carrie and get his second orb lit. It is going to be quite the race at this point between Fizzle and Bert. As I said, just like a handful of seconds between them.
With not having an orb lit on either, like Life Reboot and Loopy are both, like, neither one are very far behind.
No, they're keeping up nicely. It's just getting those orbs is what's going to slow them down a bit. Because at this point, there is a clear advantage with the number of orbs that the other two members have. Volcano is so fast when you don't actually have to check any of the chests.
Really is, and then when you have like level 1 heal 3 and you can just like spam that like Fizzle's doing a couple of times and don't even have to heal, it is like the best ever.
He did almost accidentally exit though.
I may have done that once.
The fact that we have a confirmation screen now on the randomizer to prevent you from like full tilt doing it is super nice. Fizzle,
I found out we had that on a whim. I accidentally almost exited out of somewhere. I was real happy when that popped up on my screen.
Yeah.
Real happy.
So we definitely need that incentive Mazza at this point if it's in the pool, because right now I think Fizzle is still swinging a giant sword.
Well, we now know where that Mazza is. It is the incentive in Sky, because Bert just picked it up.
So what we need at this point is a loot. And I frankly can't remember where else there could be an item.
I believe Canaria Loft is the only place we have not.
Perfect. Okay. Which I feel like everyone has air sailed past it at least once, and no one bothered to check it at the time.
Well, Bert doesn't have his key yet.
Okay, Bert's excused.
Luffy doesn't have his key yet, so hasn't gone through there yet. Life has his key, but hasn't been up that way to check it yet.
Well, he doesn't have his floater either, so he hasn't really gone up that direction to do anything with it.
Hold on, no, he does have his floater. I say he got it.
Does he?
Check
Okay.
the air in, buddy. Yeah, he did what Fizzle. He got his floater, then he did waterfall and on rack before leaving. So he's just now getting in the air.
Okay. So to make sure we get that checked off for them, then that means that Fizzle is the only one that has no excuse.
Yeah.
Fizzle, check your key, man.
I think he's probably doing now that he's in the area. Little down, there you go.
Yeah, park here. Parking guard comes out. I'm sorry, sir, you're gonna have to move this. You can't park here.
I think he may have learned how to park from El Market.
Flame sword's better than what you were swinging, dude. And the crystal, so yep, 100% clear. Everyone expected that. Good to go.
Yep, he can turn that crystal in, get his loot, and then go knock out his last 2 dungeons, and he'll be Topher ready.
Oh yeah, the falchion. Everyone's looking for that. Oh, hey, there we go.
And a second ribbon. Thank you, Matoya.
Well, get that Masamune from Sky Palace, and you're basically geared up. And Matoya giving out the trumpet. That is our Fun% Sarah flag. The loot has become the magical trumpet. I love that flag.
I do too. The first time I saw it, I didn't even know it existed, and I was watching. There was a race being played, and in that seat, it was listed as a jingle. I went, "What in the world's a jingle?" And someone had to tell me it was a loot. It was the loot. But I love that flag. I think my favorite version is the hurdy-gurdy.
Thank you. That was one of my suggestions.
I'm a big fan of that. Granted, hurdy-gurdy's a little long, so it just shows up as the hurdy-G. But I'm still a big fan of that one.
So good. Such an interesting instrument. Would you please stop playing it? Big fan of the hurdy-gurdy myself. as Igman Maya said after the trumpet was found, toot toot.
Indeed.
So Lord, while he was in the area, has decided to go and take care of Earth. Just getting that out of the way now. I mean, it's smart. Again, good routing. And then he'll let him go and finish up Sky Palace last and be done. Meanwhile, Bert is actually taking on Tiamat 1 right now. So yeah, actually not hitting as hard as you'd expect. There's a good chance that Ninja is going to die from poison before it actually... Oh, never mind. I tried.
It's like Tia heard you and decided, well, we're going for a Dark Moon run today.
No, Darkman, you don't get what you want.
I mean, that sounds about right for FFR.
And now we have some red meat.
Ask and you will receive something else.
Bert once again microwaving his meat. So don't have steak with Burt Reynolds. Good to note. Fizzle still trying to get to this Earth Cave, constantly getting harassed by little piddly packs. But once again, the orb count between the two runners is tied. Bert and Fizzle are keeping up neck and neck. Probably looking at another... Once Fizzle's done here, another 3 minutes from there for the final dungeon that he needs to clear, and then the actual final dungeon after. He could easily sub 115 this. Could. Bear in mind.
On Luffy's screen, we found a big metal robot who is...
Hey, look! The chicken! I, for one, welcome our chicken overlord.
I mean, depending on the day, I don't mind running into him.
Bok. Casting lock on the Bok. I see Luffy did find the defense sword. I missed where that was, but that is a fantastic item to pick up. Lich gone in a blink of an eye, because that's Lich, and now we're onward towards Sky Palace.
Thanks to our super awesome trackers, Dingo Brewer and Tannen, the defense was in Sky 1.
Nice. And I mean, when you're in go mode, that's not I mean, they're obviously, they weren't, because they're still checking for stuff, but this is with the way the flags are set up, you don't really have to check anything. That's one of those floors that sometimes if I'm desperate for gear, I'll check, but often enough, I'll just be like, it's faster just to walk past it.
Yeah. And we found in C the power bonks, so like their fighters will have the Incendimaza, they will have the defense sword and a power bonk. Having those three things, and like a ribbon you can put on fire. Having all four of those I can put on my fighter makes me a happy girl going into Topher, because that makes, like, if you get down to like your last fiend or two and you know you have a fighter who doesn't have life and you're down and like everybody dies but you're a fighter. There have been plenty of times where I've gone through sometimes even Kraken 2, Tia 2, and Chaos, And that defense, bonk, and Maz is what's gotten me through those fights. So I'd be rolling into Topher and feeling pretty good right now with all the equipment and stuff they've got.
Well, everyone needs to press F to pay respects, because that Warmech got his due. Sent Luffy right back to the start. Warmech 1, Luffy 0. Cheery in chat mentioning that Luffy was level 14, may want to be a little higher in levels when fighting that Warmech. But if you killed the Warmech, you'd be much higher in levels. I mean, it's like a win-win there.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah. Bert coming in here, finally going to get his key. Also managed to get his rod. So the fact that he had to do a couple of more clears here does definitely put Fizzle back on the lead track here for our runners. He's going to be very happy swinging that Mossmoon and collecting a bunch of levels against him. Oh, stun touch Whizvamps, gross. That's foul.
Not anything feels real bad, but anytime you get it on an enemy that can hit real hard when you can't move, it feels real bad.
Oh, and stun is extra brutal because it takes out all your evade as well, so you're just like, you're going to sit here and you're going to take all of it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the hit. Enjoy the beating. This'll gets to do the very long re-heal of that after that. And then it's like, please sir, may I have another?
I feel bad, like, anytime the heals aren't directly lined up, like, right there in that first column, I feel bad for anybody who's watching me play, because, like, watching me heal in any other slot is like watching paint dry. It's like, well, if you got errands to run and other things you want to do with your day, feel free to go do them and come back, because I'll probably still be sitting here.
I'll come back in an hour, it's fine.
Exactly. Check back in like 30 minutes. We'll be properly healed and on our way.
So it looks like the best piece of armor that Fizzleby found was that opal bracelet, so his fighter is rocking that right now. Can't say I blame him, that's a good piece of gear. And we don't want to have to go digging for anything else. He's on his Bridge of Destiny. If we want to see him get wrecked by a mech, now is the time to pray. And Life Reboot, meanwhile, is taking on their first fight against Tiamat 1.
Luffy finding not only the Defense Sword, but the Bane Sword in that room on Sky 1.
I mean, it's great gear. It's just that I feel like Luffy needs to speed up some. I feel, at this point, it does feel like they're over-checking. Bert, meanwhile, is taking on his Kraken. And Fizzle is going to be taking on his Tiamat. So, 3 screens, 3 fiends. It's a fiend fiesta over here on Final Fantasy Randomizer.
All fiends all the time.
Okay, I'll do the voice now. Wednesday, Fiend Fiesta here at Final Fantasy Randomizer. It's better with Sunday, but it's Wednesday today, so...
We gotta work with the day we got.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure one of these qualifiers is scheduled on a Sunday in a few weeks, so...
You'll have to get me in for that.
You'll get your chance. After this, I'll go ahead and pencil you in on the schedule.
as Caleb brings up Truckosaurus. Warmick versus Truckosaurus here on Sunday. There you go. I got you to giggle. That's all that mattered.
There you go.
So with that, Fizzle has all 4 of his fiends taken care of. Looks like he's just going to do a little bit of magic shopping. And then we should be set to roll for his first dive into the Temple of Fiends. Still looking at making a good pace, 115 or below, as soon as he figures out how to get to the White Magic Shop.
It's been a little while since he's been in Upland.
Map doesn't change, guys, we swear.
Not yet, anyway. Give our devs some time. Just tell them you had an idea, and like in a day or 2, it'll pop up on like alpha and beta.
Yeah, that's the last thing we need. Proc gen towns.
Like it's been spoken into existence, and like Wild Hand's gonna show up on the weekend. That's what I did, guys.
That's my contribution right there. And with the dev team we have right now, seriously, all you gotta do is whisper them an idea, and like 5 seconds later, it's up on the website. It's crazy. Apparently, Luffy found a second mech before getting up to Tiamat, ran away this time. Cannot blame them. That mech was grody.
Yeah, I don't blame him either. Especially after his first one at the 105 to, well, I don't, alright. At the 105, like, 38-minute mark, Fizzle has entered the Temple of Fiends Revisited.
And then thought it was so nice, he did it twice.
Yep. He just wanted to walk through the door a few times.
Honey, I'm home. Honey? Maybe if I do it again. Life Reboot going down to fight Carrie to get their 3rd fiend lit. Luffy does manage to take out Tiamat, so that puts them 1 on the board. And Bert is going to take out their 4th fiend with Lich, who should just fall over. Yep, there it is. Apparently it's a little dusty in here. These zombie Ds are snorting. Apparently Luffy right now is doing reverse boss order for his fiends. And Life did finish off Carrie, but is going back in to get some treasure. Interesting. Unless they want to do a grind now? Maybe? Question mark?
I don't know.
I don't know. We're going to find out. I mean, the orb got lit on Tracker. I'm going to trust our trackers on this.
Bert with his crystal is headed up. He's about to get his loot, and then he'll be right behind Fizzle.
Yep. Only thing they have left to do. He's going to be off by probably about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Fizzle's struggling still to get to that earth floor. Every encounter you can think of getting in his way. Bert running off a couple encounters and gonna go in soon after.
It's a little over the 8-minute mark. See, he entered about 2.5 minutes after Fizzle.
Which, I think he's on the exact same encounter table that Fizzle is, so he's gonna get to see all of these lovely unrunnable fights that have been bogging Fizzle down.
Yeah.
He was like steps away from the stairs, and another unrunnable pack showed up. So, yay!
Yeah, Fizzle Fizzle, burned off those first few encounters by running around in the doorway. Bert ran off in the yard.
Yeah.
And then both entered the house.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's what happens when your parent sees you running around inside the house. Go take that outside. No running in the house.
It's like they're siblings. Fizzle got in trouble for it. Bert didn't want to get yelled at.
Exactly. See? Yeah. That's smart play right there. Lich comes out with chip damage, lightning 2. Ooh, scary. Ooh, scary. And then promptly falls over. Because it's Lich, and Lich can only have so much health. Yep, and there's Bert. Gets to fight some Frosties. Hey everyone, hope you liked fighting Unrunnables. And yeah, Life Reboot is definitely doing an Agama grind here. Getting their levels up.
It's Topher's way of saying, here, have some extra levels just in case you need them.
And then ambushed by Red D's. These floors are giving Fizzle the business. My question is, how far is Life Reboot thinking of going with this grind? Because, I mean, scaling such as it is, it doesn't feel like you need that many levels. Another Frosty pack for Bert. Enjoy! Meanwhile, Fizzle has taken on Carrie. So far, nothing too scary. Just a bit of absorb there. But not a lot of health, because he quad X's her down, and we are off and running to the next floor. Doesn't want the EXP Pinata pack, moves on.
Nah. It's like this far, he's coming with level, doesn't need to fight, and he's got things to do.
Yep. He had to take care of business.
After all those unrunnables, you're not stopping to fight anything you don't have to.
Moves his meat shield up front. Meat shield squad, go!
I mean, that ninja has lived up to its name quite a bunch this season.
And wisely, he put fast. Maybe he couldn't buy it on both, but he has fast only on the black mage with temper and on both the mages. That way you're not like fighting for charges on your red mage for it.
Yeah, fast was only black mage level.
There we go. So it worked out nicely. Oh my god, Kraken had no health. And another pack attacking him. Sooner or later, we'll get to see Tiamat too.
There we go.
Oh, first turn nuke. Lovely. Oh, and the black mage is down.
Very rude. Tia, too.
So, no fast for you at this point, because that black mage was the only one that could cast it. And Cure... at least Cure 4's out of the way!
I mean, yeah, but... it'd still be better if she didn't have it.
Besides, now is the time to temper. Let's get this Tiamat killed. Oh, and Bane. Bane also doing work. Now down to 2 warriors. Power buffing, getting some heal out. Chip damage of Ice 2. So now we get to see how many spells Tiamat has in the bank. Is it going to be 4 or is it going to be 8? That is the question. And they seem spell... oh, ouch. There's a nuke.
Oh.
Ice 3 wipes out that red mage. Hopefully he bought the life 2 on that fighter.
He did. That's what he was purchasing when he got lost in Elfland.
There we go.
Oh.
So that's 3 of our nukes out of the pool at least. Yay! Valuable info? That just leaves 4 nuclears on the pool, but 3 nukes are gone. And it is time to roll Fight, Fight, and some buffing spells. There we go. Fast comes off. Black Mage has done its job. It can fall over now. Ninja does nothing. Power Bonk, Fade. Crack. Goodbye, Ninja. We said we didn't need you. And we're on to the next round. Temper comes out. Fighter's doing better. Power Bonk comes out. Fighter's doing better. Fade comes out. 156 damage. And we're on to the next round. Really? Oh, ouch. One strong punch and that Black Mage is squished. Continuing to fade. Starting to swing. 7 hits are... Hi, Chaos. Okay, done. Okay.
GG Fizzle, finishing within the official SRL time of 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 47 seconds.
Yeah, that was a low HP Chaos, but a well done fight. And we are moving on now to Tiamat 2 for Burt Reynolds. And Danny, I assume you're gonna go check and see if we're getting in Fizzle for an interview.
Yeah, and we've got Life Repeat entering Temple of Beans right after Burt starts taking on Tia.
Mm-hmm. GG's.
You didn't even ask. You got here before I got a chance. It's like he knows how this works.
I may have been here or two.
Just once or twice, you know, over the last couple of years and all.
So, tell us about your run. How'd you feel about that?
So, I felt really good about everything up until I remembered that vendor item is a thing and it was still in the wind. But it all kind of worked out because it was just like, okay, whatever, alright, I got my stupid Oxyel, we gotta head back to C, whatever I'm looking for is in C, and as I'm on the boat ride over there, it's like, hang on a minute, I still have buckets of money and I haven't opened anything. This tells me I haven't found the vendor item. Alright, I know I checked all the item shops in the southern hemisphere. Okay, let's go to Caravan and see if something stupid's there. Oh, hi, Floater. I could have been in the air like 20 minutes ago. Cool.
Yeah, that felt a little bad realizing that for you. But even still, like, missing that was there, like, the amount of ground you covered on a boat, this much you did, was actually pretty impressive.
You did pretty good, yeah.
Because you were our first of our on-screen runners to finish, and you were the last one to get the floater, if I'm not mistaken.
I wouldn't doubt it. I should have had it, like, ages ago.
I'm not sure what's going on with Birdstream. Maybe frozen? I don't know.
Yeah, his timer's frozen, so I'm assuming that he's just had a connection issue. Yeah. I'll just keep an eye on SRL, and I'm sure we'll find out.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Life Reboot is up to Lich. So those fiends, they seem to have so much health, didn't they?
It was weird, like, Lich had an amount that was notable. Carry 2 should not have survived that round 1. I felt so good about all the damage rolls and everything, and it was still there, and it was just like, oh, okay, I guess it's Quad X time. Kraken 2, I don't know, I just swung for like 800 and Kraken 2 went away. Tia 2.
Sure,
I lost count.
Something.
I lost count of how much damage I had done because it got to the point where it was just like, alright, I have to attack now, and if I don't get there, I would have died anyway.
Yeah, it's real unpleasant when the fiend decides to nuke you and then cure 4 themselves. Like, that's rude.
The good news is I'd only done like 150 damage, so turn 2 cure 4 is just like, okay, this is fine, I can live with this. What I couldn't live with was the second nuke.
Yeah, that second nuke was rude, to say the least.
Mm-hmm. I thought everything was fine. I managed to get some cures, some healing going. I got to a reasonably okay position. I'm like, all right, we're fine if there isn't another nuke. We're fine if we don't like rifle through the spell list. And then that second nuke comes out, and my red wizard's down to under 100, and my knight is down to under 200, and it's just like, no, not like this, not like this.
So checking in, we do have Luffy here fighting some worms. Meanwhile, Life Reboot is taking on that delightful Tiamat. Danny, have we seen whether or not Bert has finished in SRL yet?
I just checked. That's what I was looking and checking on. It does have him that he finished at 1 hour 17 minutes and 18 seconds.
Okay.
So
yeah,
we'll
just
mark him as done, and that way he gets an invite if he wants.
And we'll make sure that he has his stream set up and recorded just in case. That way we can verify that afterwards. So it looks like Tiamat bounced Life Reboot out, and Life is having to dive a second time. That hurts.
Mm-hmm.
As you were saying, not a fun Tiamat.
No, this absorb was sky high, double nuke, turn 2 cure 4 if you try and get all burst damagey. It's the Tia 2 that no one wants to fight.
Yeah. Oh, the Kermaduses have Blaze. I missed that before. That is rough.
Wait, what? I missed that.
Blaze Medusas! that groan you made right there.
After my last qualifier, where I ran into literally everything in Sea Shrine, I feel okay missing a thing.
Well, it did feel like the first couple floors here were giving you the business. Get away from Frost Dragons. Hey, would you like to fight some more Frost Dragons?
Okay, let's hard reset going into Topher, like you do. First fight was Unrunnable Bones. I don't have time for this, let's reset. Second fight, like a couple steps in, Unrunnable Frosties. I don't have time for this, let's reset. And then it's like the next, I don't know, what was it, like 7 encounters were all unrunnables? It's like, come on, game. I got places to be. I got stuff to do.
Yeah, you were making some fantastic progress there for like the first hour and 10 minutes, and then the game's like, no.
And I didn't even need levels at that point. I had all the levels I really wanted. I mean, technically, because of the double nukes, that might have saved me, but it certainly wasn't the surprise I wanted.
Yeah, later in Toph, where you were running from things, and Derwin's like, he's running from his gun, and I was like, yeah, it's like, after all the ones he couldn't run from earlier, it's like,
Exactly.
it's like, he's got things to do, he's gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're not taking fights that we're not forced to anymore.
Yeah, no, I got all like constant Frosties first trip through floor 1, and then when I hit floor 2, it was nothing but unrunnable zombie Ds, and then back to floor 1 with the unrunnable Frosties. So by the time I got through all that, it's just like I am not taking a single fight unless I absolutely have to. Yeah, how much else does Carry 2 have? It's got to be up around like 1,000 to 1,300, somewhere in there.
She's just beefy enough that it took a couple rounds to get through it. But yes, for those in chat wondering, Bert's stream crashed. Like, at least on our end of it. We don't know what happened with him, but we will check in with him after the race is over and verify his time, just to make sure everything's fine. But he has finished 117 some odd and change. We got Life Reboot coming up to Kraken.
There's a decent possibility where we're running on a delay that if he ended his stream like after he finished, it might not. It might be why he just didn't finish on stream for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we'll just verify it with him afterwards just to make sure.
I'm super paranoid about that, so I just sit there and I let the credits go, and then I wait some minutes, and then I make like laser precision sure that I hit the button that says, you know, end the stream after your delay.
Fizzle's taking no chances.
No. Wow, Luffy committing really hard to the Brack strats for Kraken 2.
Which is surprising, because they're not that great. What is it, like
6%?
10%, 12%, something?
6%.
6, yeah, see? All I knew is the math was there for me not to do it.
It's fine as a backup plan, but, I mean, we got a Mazza in there somewhere, right? Swing it.
Yeah! Yeah!
Hey, clean Kraken 2 kill. Oh yeah, Bane. That was the thing. Hey, this is looking really familiar.
Oh! No! Not like this. That was the long stare of God, why? And Life's been doing, like, grinding as well. It's not like they don't have levels under their belt.
Really? Wonder where we're headed.
They took a pop grind and they did an Agama grind.
Is this... What is this?
This is him wearing down his party, probably, so he can just grind the two that matter.
Sure. But that implies we're doing, like, a fire tile grind if we're doing this already? I am interested to see where this goes.
He's probably a little on tilt right now.
Oh.
And Luffy has also been bounced.
That's Tia too.
She sure is something today.
Yeah.
I wonder if Life Reboot is taking his health down to go to a non-volcano destination.
not?
No, we're still in Volcano. Yes,
Yeah.
Griggly, that Tia 2 had 2 nukes.
That-
I can confirm.
she nearly killed you with them too.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a good thing that Life 2 ended up on the night, because you were kind of screwed otherwise after that.
I almost went into Topher without Life 2, but I figured, no, I'm far enough behind. Let's at least take a backup plan. Let's do the things I'm supposed to do. I bypassed Heal 3 and Cure 3, which I arguably shouldn't have done, but at that point it's just like, nah. We got Life 2 is the one that matters so much more than Heal 3 and Cure 3. Let's just go for it. I don't necessarily think my run would have looked any differently, because there was never really a time where I needed to spam like Heal 3 or Cure 3, rather than just like swing for like 600 damage.
You said you started to pass up Life 2 on your night, and in my head I thought, you know how quickly you would have yelled at me for that?
Yes.
The
Unless
Agamas
it
have
makes
over
sense at the
500 health.
I mean, if our knight's swinging for a ridiculous amount...
Well, that's the thing. The knight swung, and the Agama didn't die from a 587 Mazamoon hit. I'm not sure I'd be grinding here.
Yeah.
It's a bit slow.
With the level 1 exit, I feel like... So, with 500 health Agamas, that kind of rules out this tile. If we picked up exit on our knight, we could go do ourselves a good old-fashioned eye grind.
Yeah, that would be my thought.
Alternatively, if we want the party to get levels, we've got at minimum 2 people with level 1 exit. Let's just go do 3rd floor Topher. Greggly in chat confirming that Agamas have over 580 health. I wouldn't know, I never fought one.
Oh, I am curious, Greg, since you're in chat and you can answer this for us. Did you, of course, take the black belt?
I started to say, $5 says he took a black belt, and that's how he knows how much those Agamas have.
Yup. As if there's really any doubt that Greggly Puff took a black belt.
I mean, when you have 0 lose, it's not the worst fighting, depending on
No.
Because, I mean, if you don't have a fighter, they're not wearing anything, they don't need anything to swing, so you don't have to look for anything. It makes it a little quicker.
Heck,
I still wouldn't take a black belt because I'm horrible with black belts, but...
I mean, my knight ended the scene wearing an opal bracelet, so there's that.
Black belts are one of the few times where nudity is actually encouraged in a video game.
Oh, insert rant about how black belts still need ribbons here.
I may have learned that lesson when learning how to play this game and still put one on mine. Haha! I just won not actual $5, but still, whatever, I was right. Greg and Jack confirming he did in fact take a black belt.
Oh, don't worry, Danny. I'll send you a box of cheddar biscuits at some point.
Greg took two thieves that he dropped after Martian Earth. I can relate to that. I had a thief, and then when I saw the early canals, it was like, hey, I don't need my run anymore. And then I got to Crescent and realized that the answer was either Earth or Martian. It's just like, all right, I guess I'll bring thief back up.
Hey, he lived up to his name plenty after that.
Yep. It took him a while after that to get back into the face down position.
and then you had to keep trotting him out of Topher just to let him absorb hits.
Yeah. He did a good job. What did I have on him at the end there? I think I had a pro ring and a copper bracelet and a silver shield? That sounds right. That by the barest of definitions, that's armor.
That sounds like proper meat shield armor. Just
you can take that hit.
You could take a hit just a little easier than you would have otherwise.
Here you go.
But
Stand
either
in
way,
front of the Kraken too.
let's say, but either way, you stand up front and you take the punches like a good mean shield should.
Yeah, you're fine.
The awkward part is with Life 2 sharing a slot with Nuke, it rapidly kind of got to the point where it's just like, I don't know how committed I am to having the shield up front versus having Nuke. Like, I know I have Fade, but, like, the Fade is gonna probably run out at some point. Wait, Mummies had Death Touch?
I didn't realize that.
I know Wiz Mummies had Toxic. That was annoying. But I never saw anything out of the Mummies.
Call seeing that out of the Mummies on screen at all, but there's that being could have very possibly missed it, but that's not something you want to see on something you're gonna have encounters
lot
on multiple places.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that seems less than fun.
Just a bit. I didn't catch what Life Reboot's levels currently are, but he seems to have had his fill of Agamas and is going to give this Topher one more try.
I could agree with that.
Not even saving outside. That's confidence.
He saved in Canary. I'm not sure he had any save items.
Mm-hmm.
Which might have been why. That's what I'm guessing is why.
Based on that Knight HP, I'm thinking up around 30.
If he menus a little slower at any point, I might be able to confirm that.
I thought the Ninja's 21.
But he menued faster than my eyes work, so... One of our trackers, Tanning, confirming that he went to levels 31, 32.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, at that point, you would hope with the scaling the way it's at, and even with that nasty Tiamat, that would be enough.
You'd hope.
You'd hope.
Do either of these two have the Power Gauntlet? 'Cause I feel like that really saved my bacon as well.
One of them does. I can swear we saw the power bonk on another person.
Mm-hmm.
Curious, and I never got a chance to find out because I didn't see you pick up. Did you get the defense in Sky? Because I don't think I saw you use it.
Nope. The only box I opened in Sky was Mazza.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure, and I never saw you use it, so I figured I was correct in not seeing you with it, but... But even when you get a seed that has a Tia2 in it that makes you want to cry, it's still kind of happy days anytime you can have a knight that has a Mazza, a defense, a balk, and can learn life.
Mm-hmm. Only thing I was missing was real actual armor, but Opal Bracelet and Fire Shield will do, I guess.
Not bad. You had a ribbon. There was pro rings. I mean, you had enough to like,
Oh, I could survive
bandage
magic, no
together.
problem. It's
like
the punchy things.
like some. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you had enough there that you could like kind of put together some armor.
Mhm.
You might have been duct taped together in ways, but
Oh, Luffy with the cheeky brack on Tia 2.
very nice.
Is this Luffy's first trip to Chaos? I don't
Yes.
I
remember.
believe so.
Yes, they've gotten bounced before this.
I don't remember Chaos being capable of anything. I have high hopes for this.
And as far as we can see on stream, they have now passed Burt Reynolds.
Bert just got bored. He's just standing there. He's like, I don't want none of this. I'm done.
Bert's just making it interesting for us. Gets the defense off, gets some more invis going on. Nuke comes out, 157. Nuke comes out, 131. Smack comes out, puts Vivi on its knees, and we're on to the next round. Swing! 5 hits, 335. Ink, 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 ink. Scared the ink out of Chaos. Brack comes out, cheeky Brack. Ineffective, cheeky Brack. Ineffective. Looks like we're continuing with the cheeky Brack strats. Very interesting. Another swing. 8 hits, 577. We know Chaos is probably on his knees right now because Chaos had, like, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, about 1,000 health done, and Chaos is dead.
Mm-hmm.
GG's to Luffy with a time. Danny, can you check the SRL time?
1 second.
Cool.
An official SRL time of 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 35 seconds.
GG.
Nice. GG's to Luffy.
Yeah.
And with that, we have just one more on-screen runner. Life Reboot. And then we'll go over who won and how and what place everyone is after the fact. So no spoilers right now. We'll let Life Reboot play this out and we'll see how it goes. Luffy, GG's.
Hey guys, how you doing? GG's.
GG, man.
Yep, GG, Luffy.
Thank you, thank you.
So, how'd you feel about that run?
I mean, I felt like it was pretty good. I felt like my brain was so big finding that canoe early and diving marsh and finding the item I needed over there. I was like, oh, this is great. And then, Warmech happened and, what can you do?
Oh, what did Warmech have?
He just a lot of absorb and then nuke about, a few turns in, took down my knight. So what can you do? It happens. And then Tia had double nuke on me my first dive into Topher, so rip.
Mm-hmm.
But, got my revenge, bracked her on the first turn next time around, so that was fun.
Nice. Nice. So Life Reboot once again fighting through this Kraken. Kraken has not proven to be the problem so far. What has proven to be the problem has been that Tiamat.
Apparently, she's having a bad day and is just deciding to take it out on everybody.
Come on, you can do it. Take out this Tiamat. Come on, you can do it. We're cheering for you here. Yay! There we go. And I dropped my microphone. So with that, we are just waiting on the Chaos kill, which we know shouldn't take that long, as long as Chaos doesn't come out with something surprising, and we will be good to go with this qualifier. So for those runners still in the booth, how do you feel about these flags? What do you like, what do you not like?
I love execution-based seeds. I like them a lot more than just like, well, you get options of loose in 6 dungeons. Have fun. I miss execution-based seeds.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I'm still learning some of this and how to, exactly figure out the routing and whatnot. But I do enjoy seeds like this, where, like Fizzle said, it's very execution-based. You got to really have a good plan. You got to go in there and have an idea of what you're doing. Routing is very important because sometimes you can get pulled all over the place. So having a good plan and being able to execute it definitely makes all the difference to me into this.
Yeah, I think the only thing that wasn't entirely execution-based here was that Tiamat. That Tiamat felt like a bit of a roll of the dice.
Yep, that's for sure.
We are watching Light Reboot taking on Chaos. Hopefully going to be able to finish this off. And right there with 181 damage, did indeed do that. 145.37 on the timer here. Double checking that with the final scores, and it looks like 145.38 is the official SRL time. And with that, Life Reboot is our 6th place finisher, joining us in the booth, and GG's.
And taking that victory lap before that Chaos fight that he deserved after those Tia 2 bounces.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely GG's for sticking that one out, because it was that was real unkind to our buddy Life Reboot.
Thank you. First things first, I swear I practice these flags. in my practicing, level 27 is normally plenty to get through Topher, but it seems that practice doesn't count, because lately these flags are really destroying me in the actual races. My first race, I ran into 3 Warmechs on the Bridge of Destiny. The next I had bad routing. This one, I really outdid myself, and not only did I have bad routing, but I got kicked around by those whiz mummies in Waterfall, and then had to triple dive Topher because of Tia 2. So,
I know that.
Yeah, thanks for hanging in there with me watching. It must have been a real exercise in patience.
Oh, it was fun. Yeah, it was fun.
Maybe not for you.
It was fun to watch, and it was fun to see. It was fun to see, like, you, like, stick it out and continue, like, plugging through and actually get your victory. Because, that's what we like to see. That we like to see, even if there's a bit of a challenge, we like to see someone manage to pull it together and pull through. So it was fun watching you pull it through, and it was fun, like, being there to cheer for you.
I'm glad you feel that way. But yeah, during that that key item chain, the one that involved the ruby, like, the further and further down I got, I was like, oh no, I should have gone to the Onrak continent. But yeah, I'm glad to have finished.
Hey, Fizzle, want to tell them about your should have done?
So, hey guys, did you know that vendor items are a thing?
Yeah.
I should have checked the caravan the first time I went to Waterfall.
Yeah, that'll get
To
you.
the best of us.
Yeah.
I got it before I went into sea, though, so there's that.
I found that on my first trip there, and I was like, oh, heck yeah, there we go. I'm looking for that. Didn't forget it, and then, yeah.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Fizzle, if you watch this back, Dark Moon and I sounded as about as dumb as you probably during your first trip to that part of the world. like I said, we sounded probably about as dumb as you felt not realizing that you didn't check the caravan when you went back. So
Did you guys
Oh.
spend 20 minutes asking why I'm purposefully avoiding the airship?
no.
Oh.
It's like no, you were the one person. Like everybody had done like the Mars check and you hadn't, and we're like, I'm like, whatever about doing, see why you're there, and you didn't. And then like 10 minutes later, I was like, oh hey, Dark Moon, I got good news. I got bad news. We're dumb. That's why I feel so didn't do see, because he hadn't done Mars yet. What you realized when you were headed to Mars, I was like, oh yeah, duh, he skipped Mars. We're so good at this. Real top tier commentary tonight here, guys.
Oh yeah. Oh
You're
yeah. Oh
welcome.
yeah. We're the best.
Yeah. This is where we would high five but miss.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can pull that one
Just
off.
to certify, just how bad it was, because that's how it would go. Fantastic.
So let's start moving on to final thoughts at this point, and we will go in reverse order of the finishers. So, Life Reboot, tell us your final thoughts.
I'm gonna race 2 more races to get a total of 5. Very happy for this event. Thanks to all the organizers and the community. Looking forward to more of this. I'm always happy to cross over the finish line last.
Luffy, how do you feel about this? What are your final thoughts?
So, thank you again to you guys for doing comms. This was my first SGL run, so I'm going to try to get in a couple more. I think there's 5 more. I got to get, 4 more out of those 5, so hopefully I can get them done. But thank you to you guys for the commentary and the trackers as well. It was a lot of fun, so thank you for having me.
And then Fizzle, final thoughts.
Sometimes when you're in the middle of gotta go fast, you gotta stop at the mini mart to see if they have the snacks you want, because you're gonna regret not getting them.
Sage-like advice right there.
Nice. Danny, any thoughts from you before we wrap this up?
Just GG dollar runners. You guys all did really well. This was a lot of fun. These races are fun. The flags, they're not overly complicated flags, like we said earlier, because boy, do we have some crazy ones. But they're fun to watch. They're fun to commentate. And, GG to all of you guys. Thanks to Tannen and Dingo Brewer, who did tracking today and did a great job. Dark Moon doing comes in the SG for not only, always letting us do races here, but for having us as a part of their tournament for this year. We have 6 more of these qualifier races, and then SGLIVE, the tournament itself, starts in November 10th, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll be lots more of, FFR craziness to come for those who want to watch, and just thanks for having us. And Darkman, I'll let you in this for us because you're much better at it than I am.
I don't know if I go that far, but I want to make sure you guys follow our runners, Lord Fizzlebeef, Burt Reynolds, Life Reboot, and Luffy Divtail. Of course, follow our production team here as well. Dingo Brewer, Tannen, both on tracking, Danny 3883, and myself as well, if you're feeling like it. Thanks to SpeedGaming, of course, and we will look forward to the next qualifier. Danny, do you have the schedule for when our next qualifier is?
I do. It is
professionalism here as we get all this prepared ahead of time, you can tell.
Our next qualifier is Monday, September 28th at 9 p.m.
Excellent. So we'll have another qualifier, the 5th one of these for the SpeedGaming Live Marathon tournament going on Monday. And meanwhile, you can also check back in with us tomorrow here on SpeedGaming for our weekly race as well. All the Final Fantasy action you could ever want. Make sure you go to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com, check out the randomizer, come play the game, and of course, join the community as our Discord links are there as well. From myself, Darkmoon, and Danny here in the booth, we want to thank you for watching here on SpeedGaming for these SpeedGaming Live qualifiers. And until tomorrow, we will see you later. Thanks.